Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for Season 47, War number 8, and today we're taking on GT40, sitting as you can see in the #1 spot on the leaderboard, where you can usually find them in any given season. Very excited about the team today because King Groot returning to war, very happy about that. Only one fight, but I'll take what I can get, along with Lady Deathstrike and Sandman. Let's jump right in. We're going to be starting off today on path number 3. We have a rank 3 Venom, and this is going to be our King Groot fight. So I was initially assigned Hulkling for this fight. However, my King Groot is ascended, Hulkling is not, and this is a rank 3, so there is a significant rank disadvantage with just a rank 5. In addition, King Groot is bleed immune, so if I were to take a combo or a special or whatever from Venom, King Groot is a little bit safer. Plus, he's got that regen in place as well. So the strategy here is pretty much just a normal fight. We have the power burn immunity, so if Venom were to proc a armor up buff, we will not be taking damage from hitting into him. His attack rating is going to be very high from all the buffs that he has, so we have to be just real careful, bait out specials or block the special 2. I think I miss out on my special 2 during the Fury phase here, so I just kind of play it safe, play it a little bit slower, and then we're going to be waiting for the next burst phase in order to land the special 2. So I think I do push him, do a special 2 at some point here. Yeah, he throws it immediately, but I'm prepared for it, and just block the first couple hits and dash out. And then here we go, we got 5 Furies, going to apply the special 2 poison here. That's going to deal about 2200 damage, sorry, per second. If it was only 22 damage, that would be pretty rough. And then from here, I think I try and refresh the poison at some point with a heavy if I can. I don't want to, take my chances with his special 2 too many times here. So we are going to be trying to bait out the special 1 as much as possible here. And then one more special 1 here, and I think I slow play this combo to get another special 2 applied. This actually might kill him. Yeah, there we go. Full yellow bar finish. Really happy with that one. Alright, this one was a very nervous fight. It's a rank 2 Maw on node 12 here. I actually misread the heavy-handed node, and I thought it was the one where his heavies would be unstoppable. So the biggest thing that I kept telling myself going into this fight is just don't panic, because there is definitely going to be a time, probably in this fight, maybe more than once, where you're going to be faltered, and it's not the end of the world if you get faltered. You just have to, stick with it. Be very patient, and try not to hit him when you are faltered, so you don't trigger the degen. Other than that, Sandman seems pretty well equipped to handle a Maw, because so much of his kit is designed around heavies. So right here, I'm falter, I'm just backing off, trying to get my resistance ups up to 20 or to a point where I can charge my heavy and start a heavy cycle. Other than that, I'm keeping the Petrifies on him with the special 1. That's going to help handle Mystic Dispersion, and then reparrying when I can in order to get heavies on him and try and remove that focus as frequently as possible. Right here, I think I do hit into his block with the falter up at some point. So this isn't a perfectly clean fight, but it's good enough, I would say. Right here, he's being very stingy, and I trigger a falter for a second time. There's the degen from hitting into his block, and then, of course, he throws the special 1 right afterwards. Heavy countering Maw's special 1 is a skill that I think that you should learn if you at any level of the game. It is so valuable in order to get the focus removed from him. So we are at max resistance. You can see we're unstoppable, so we're going to be baiting out the special 1, and then we're going to be charging our heavy right here. There we go. He's rooted. We can get 2 heavies in. Those do a nice chunk of damage there. I think north of 25-30k per heavy there. And again, as we use heavies, the heavy proficiency increases, so the damage is going to increase from there as well. We are winning the health race here, healing up a little bit from the falter debuff, and just, again, remembering to heavy counter the special 1s, and you're going to have a good time. I think this heavy ends up finishing him off. So really happy with how that fight went, other than the degen, but, I'll live with that. Alright, up in Section 2, we're on Path 9. We have a HAVOK here on 27 with the physical resistance stat focus, so you know that they expect a Deathstrike to be sent to this fight, and send a Deathstrike we did. So the plan here is really just to play this as a normal fight. So with Power Focus 2, it's much easier to push him to the easier special, in my opinion. However, since he still has that natural power gain, there is always the possibility that he could turtle up and get himself to a special 3. So you might have saw me pop on an invuln boost there. That's just out of, total safety. We also have the Odin shock pre-fight here, so we can freely hit into him in whatever phase he's in. We're also going to try and get our block safety up with Ferocity. So once we trigger Ferocity, we're going to be building up to the Special 2. And when you use the Special 2 in Ferocity, it gives you a few blocked hits worth of safety here, which we will take advantage of. So we combo into the Striker, into the Special 2. We've got the block safety here, baiting out this Special 2. And from here, we're going to do a full combo. And here's where we're going to need to take a few blocked hits, make him use a heavy attack, and you'll see that our Ferocity starts to unpause and then will repause itself, so we can still take advantage of the increased damage and rupture potency. A lot of people, I think, still undervalue Deathstrike, probably because, a lot of the rupture numbers that you're seeing seem small, but she has so many of them that her damage is actually quite high, so I really like Deathstrike. I'm happy to have been able to use her so much these past few seasons, and I really think she'll become a staple on my war team for seasons to come as well. I think this special one ends up doing him in, and there we go. Havok down. Pretty happy with that fight. Alright, moving on, we have an Ascended White Tiger on 36. Going to go in here with Sandman. Sandman counters the shock and bleed here, so we can just play this normally. Just don't want to parry, of course, because of One Eye Open. And then you want to be spamming special 1s in this fight, because the biggest danger in a White Tiger fight is her power gain. So whenever you play a White Tiger in war, do not use power backs and do not use an advanced power boost, because she's going to steal all of that power whenever you use it. So again, the Petrifies here are going to help keep that power gain in check, because it's all passive power gain. So the more Petrifies you have on her, the less power she's going to be gaining whenever you hit into her. And then when you trigger the big power gain at the end of the fight, it's going to help control that as well. So we're able to use our normal Sandman, heavy rotation here. We do a nice chunk of damage there with our first cycle. And again, just sticking with those special 1s. And then I get, at the very end of the fight here, I get kind of unlucky because I'm expecting, I think, my special 1 to kill her. It leaves her at 1%, I think. But then I get super lucky because the power gain pushes her to the special 3, but she doesn't use it, and I'm able to get the last hit in. So, unlucky for one second, lucky for the next, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Baiting out this special 2. Her specials are very easy to dex. The big problem here is that it's very easy to get cornered when you play against White Tiger, so that's why controlling her power gain is, again, very important. Alright, so here we go. She's triggered her big power gain. We fire off the special 1. It unfortunately doesn't kill her. I dash in for a YOLO medium, and it ends up killing her, so got a little bit lucky there at the end. Alright, last fight of the war for me is our old friend Sauron on node 40. I've taken this fight what feels like 100 times, so I am going to speed this up, I think, 200% speed. I've had, varying levels of success with this fight. Sometimes it goes really well, and I am on top of every special 1 dodge, and other times I take a whole bunch of them to the face, trigger some degen, and then almost die, but I'm saved by Lady Deathstrike's OP regen here, so you may be able to see it in this fight. I wasn't really interested in trying to get too fancy with all the special 1s, so if I do have the taunt up, I am blocking them, and again, that's just out of an abundance of safety. This is a rank 3 Sauron with the physical resistance stat focus, so it does take quite a while for my rank 2 Deathstrike, who is primarily physical damage, to get this fight down. It's a very, very long fight. So yeah, again, if you have the taunt up, that's great. You can block the special 1. Otherwise, you kind of have to at least attempt a dex of the beam. I found that dexing the beam is actually much easier without the root. So who knew? Yeah, but we get through this fight without too much trouble. We lose about half of our health. I do nail quite a few of those special 1 dexes, so more than I usually get, anyways. And I think one more special 1 here, and punish, and down he goes. So pretty good war for me. Unfortunately, we did not get the win here. This was actually a very close war. I think the final score was something like I don't know, like 8-5 or 8. It was like 2 or 3 death difference. So 5 kills for me, 0 deaths, and our record on the season falls to 6-2. So the two alliances that we've lost to the season are GT and Salty, the two best alliances in the game currently. So no shame in that for sure. I think we're sitting at the number 4 spot, so we're probably going to have to fight Nefty at some point this season, and that'll probably be what comes down to the number 3 spot. So if we can maintain our standing here at number 4 and then beat Nefty, we can maybe jump onto the podium. We'll see. Happy with top 10 either way if that's where we end up landing. So folks, let me know what you thought about this war video in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please remember to hit that like button, and as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.